Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by Legacy FC Featherweight, Tony Kelley. Tony, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Tony, the name of the game is really random. That's where I ask you a random question and you give me the real answer. Some of these questions are custom made just for you, and some of these questions are generic ones that I ask all the people I interview. So, here's the first question. Superpower you'd love to have?
Oh, man. I think probably invisibility.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Oh, come on, man. That's just such a general, broad question, man. I'm going to go with The Sandlot.
Movie you've seen the most times?
Aladdin.
Favorite color?
Green.
Favorite guilty pleasure?
Eating.
Tony, on July 1st at Legacy FC 57, you will be fighting for the vacant Legacy FC Featherweight Championship. How's training been going for the fight?
Training's great. I switched camps over to a new camp called Siege MMA. We got Santino DeFranco as the head coach. He's an old UFC vet. He's a brilliant coach, man. We're working solid stuff, man, and, got a really good strength and conditioning program over at East Valley CrossFit with August Schmidt. Got a physiotherapist I'm seeing, Matt Coley. I'm feeling probably the best I've ever felt, man, so the strap's coming home with me.
What brought you to Arizona? Because the last time I saw you fight, you were training at Team Alpha Male. Now, obviously, you're living and training in Arizona. So, why did you decide to leave Team Alpha Male? And did you go to any spots in between Alpha Male and what you're doing right now? What exactly brought you to Arizona?
Well, so a lot's actually happened since then. Sherdog has me listed as 3-0, but I'm 5-0. I've competed quite a few times since then. Competed professionally in Muay Thai in Thailand. I spent 6 months out there. Long story short, I was with a girlfriend in the Air Force, and we kind of bounced around. She got located here in Arizona from Sacramento, so that's ultimately why I made the move out here, Found me a really good, solid team out here in Peoria, and now we're making magic happen.
Don't you have your own training facility? Don't you own Primetime Martial Arts and Fitness?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's Primetime Martial Arts and Fitness. I teach, kickboxing programs, cardio, self-defense, stuff like that.
I noticed when you were naming off all the gyms you train at currently, you didn't mention your gym. So I'm just curious, do you not train at your gym when you're in a training camp getting ready for a fight?
Well, every now and then, my place is kind of convenient because it's in Tempe where I'm located. So I get some training over there every now and then, but, my camp is pretty much set up in Peoria and Chandler, so, Chandler's like a neighbor city to Tempe, and Peoria is like a 30 to 45-minute hike, so, I'm kind of spread out all throughout there, so.
Why did you decide that right now was the right time for you to open your own gym, and why did you decide that Arizona was the right spot for that gym?
Arizona, is just kind of where I settled in, and I really like it here. There's really, really quality people out here. There's a lot of people that's, helping me out. And, the economy is pretty good out here. So, I enjoy teaching. Martial arts is my life. It's just a lifestyle. It's not something that, I don't just fight. It's something that I do every single day. That's where my heart is. That's where my passion is. So it keeps me active. It keeps me, thinking. It keeps me working on things that I need to work on too. And ultimately, when my career is over, that's what I want to do is be an instructor. So I'm getting a little head start on that, and just kind of it's difficult to make it as a fighter anyway because we only get paid when we can compete. So you got to do something to try to supplement the income and pay these bills in the meantime. So that is also another reason.
How long have you been in business?
Man, I'm relatively new here. I have been back since December from Thailand, so maybe the end of January I opened the doors, I believe. January, early February.
I see. Now, on July 1st, you're going to be fighting Kevin Aguilar. What are your thoughts about him as an opponent?
I actually asked for this fight. Kevin was the next in line. He fought Leonard Garcia for the title, and fell short a little bit on that, but he came back strong, and he's 10-1. He's a really top prospect that's getting looked at. I feel like he's a quality fighter. I feel like he's dangerous. He's a tough dude. I just feel like he's not getting past me. You know what I mean? I think it's my time right now. I've been working really hard. Nothing to take away from him at all. But I'm leaving that place with that belt that night for sure.
After your last fight for Legacy, I think your last fight under the Legacy banner was actually a mixed martial arts bout, but it was on the Legacy kickboxing event. I'm pretty sure that was the last time you fought. You fought in a ring. I'm pretty sure that was the last time you fought. I know a lot of the databases say the last time you fought for Legacy was at Legacy FC 32 back in June of 2014, but I don't think that's right. I remember you having a MMA fight, but it was on a Legacy kickboxing card. So after that last fight that you had for Legacy, did you think you were in line for a title shot?
I certainly was moving towards that direction. It's just, I don't know if it's up to me to say that I'm in line for a title shot. I just train hard, I work hard, and I'm getting ready for whatever's next. But, after taking the trip to Thailand, I did a little time by myself out there, some self-development. I worked on some things. I came back, I was feeling really, really good, developing certain skills, and my mind being one of them. And I think it's my time to take a run for it right now. I think win this title and slay whoever's next in line for that, go on and accomplish things. I think now is my time. I've been doing this for a while, so I know the record really doesn't reflect that, but no, I wasn't surprised, actually, because I asked for this fight. I knew that they were going back to my hometown in Shreveport, Louisiana. I knew that they were going to be there July 1st, and a couple months back, I think maybe 2 or 3 months back, I was getting ready for something, and it fell through, and so I reached out to Colin, at first he told me, hey, I don't think that, we can make it work, get you another fight before then, so I was kind of bummed out a little bit, but then later that evening when I left the gym, I got a message from him. He said, let's do it. So I don't want to say I was surprised, because definitely, I was campaigning for that, I think Kevin's a good opponent to kind of step in there and showcase my skills, and I think this is a great title fight. Kevin's not a slouch. I'm going to have to be on my A game that night for sure, but every time I step in there, that's all you get from me is, I'm an A player, so that's what I do. I represent. So that's what I plan on doing July 1st, and we're going to make it happen.
Why exactly were you campaigning for this fight? You just think it's going to be a good matchup, or is there some bad blood between you two guys? Why exactly were you campaigning so hard for this fight?
Well, we both come up under the same local circuit as an amateur. He's a top prospect, and obviously he's 10-1. So he's been getting looked at. He's under the scope right now, and he's next in line for sure. But the title is vacant right now, so I feel like why not me? I feel like I definitely, if I get the shot, which I did get the shot, is I'm taking that belt. It's mine. So. I just feel like that matchup makes sense, that's going to catapult me, and that's going to put me to where I want to be. I'm going to be 6-0, Legacy Featherweight champion on that. I moved up in weight for this fight. I was fighting at bantamweight. So, I don't know. All is right with the world right now, man, and I think it makes sense.
How happy are you with the pace your career is moving at? Because on July 1st, it'll be your 6th pro mixed martial arts fight, and you're going to be fighting for the vacant Legacy FC Featherweight Championship. How happy are you with the pace your career is moving at only 6 fights into your pro career?
I'm a little indifferent about that. You know, I faced a lot of adversity throughout my career and some injuries and things to just set me back from you know, getting steadfast on this goal to try to get it. But, you know, I think we're right where we need to be at this point, you know. Although it has taken me a little longer than I would have liked it, I think all of that happened for a reason, you know. I got to develop myself, certain skills, you know, develop my mind, you know, and just sharpen the blade, you know. So, I mean, you know, probably, you know, if I would have had the shot maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, maybe I would not have been ready for it for whatever reason. So I think the timing's right on it. I think, you know, everything's, like I said, falling in line. And, you know, I'm just excited to get in there and do my thing.
How far away is the Diamond Jacks Casino from where you're originally from?
5 minutes.
Really? Really?
Yeah, it's not far. Shreveport Bossier are pretty much like the same city, sort of. You know, at least the casino downtown area. Shreveport Bossier is pretty big for its casino and nightlife, you know, and stuff like that. So,
how many tickets have you sold for the event? I'm sure you're hoping the entire crowd will be cheering for you, but how many people do you know personally will be coming to support you?
You know, so I never know that because I'm just going to be honest, man. I am not a salesman. You know, I just get in there and I do my thing. But
sure.
I do definitely know that whole town should be in that dome that night for sure.
How many 5-round MMA fights have you been in?
Well, this will be my first, but, you know, all my fights in Thailand were 5 rounds. I mean, they were, you know, obviously 3 minutes, but, man, I train for hours at a time in the gym, man. 5-minute rounds is nothing, you know. People act like 25 minutes is a lifetime, and it could be if you're not prepared for it, but, you know, I think it's all mental, to be honest with you, because, like I say, you know, our sessions are an hour to 2 hours long, and, you know, you're just grinding and going. You don't think about the time limit when you're training, so why think about the time when you're fighting? How
many belts do you have?
I have 3 amateur titles. Yeah, that's all I got. 3 amateur titles, a little Muay Thai title for a little stadium out there in Thailand. But
do you already have the spot picked out at your house or at your gym for where the Legacy FC Featherweight belt will go?
Absolutely. I got a shelf cleaned off waiting for
it. Nice. Hobbies outside of fighting?
You know what? That's really that's a great question, man. I forget that I have hobbies because this is just my lifestyle. You know, every day I wake up, this is what I do. You know, so I've always got it on my mind. I've got a direction, and that's just where I'm going. But you know, when I do get some downtime, man, I love the water. If I can go get some water, soak up some sun, chill with my dog, you know, friends, whatever. I'm kind of a nerd, so I like to play video games every now and then. Just anything kind of exciting.
Besides fighting, what are you passionate about?
Man, you know what? One of my big things in life that I want to do is I just want to travel. You know, I want to get it to where I don't have to worry about anything and just go and see what this world has to offer, man. You know, the United States makes up probably, 20% of what this world actually has, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to see out there, you know, and I got to travel to Thailand and kind of all over Asia when I went out there for this last 6 months, and man, there's a lot to see, you know, and I want to see it. So I guess that would be one of my passions is traveling and seeing the world.
What motivates you in life and in fighting?
My family motivates me, man. They raised me. They made a lot of sacrifices, you know, so that I wouldn't go without, you know, and they instilled certain things in me. And they just taught me how to work hard for what I want, never settle. And, you know, I've always got them on my mind. You know, I've got traveling the world on my mind. That motivates me. So all of these things, you know, and I want to get to where I can take care of everyone around me that supports me and my family. And I want them to be able to see the world. I want to go see the world. And I just want it all, man.
Do you have any pre-fight rituals or superstitions?
Nah, I like to adapt, man. A fight's a fight.
Do you have any post-fight rituals?
Yes, to see how much food I can force into my stomach at one time.
That's a good ritual.
Yeah.
Favorite food?
Oh, dude. Okay. Man, I love chips and salsa. I love pizza. I love steak. I love French fries. Dude, I don't know. I love sweets. I love chocolate. I'm a little junkie, man.
Least favorite food?
I don't know, man. I pretty much eat anything that's edible, bro. Food's food to me, man. I guess cauliflower. I'm not a big cauliflower guy.
Favorite restaurant?
Oh, let's see. I like Churrasca's or Churrascara or whatever, however you say it. Brazilian steakhouses where they got like a little it's like a little green coaster. If you keep it on green, they come over and slice cuts of meat, sirloin,
right,
filet, ribeyes, all that good stuff.
Favorite TV show, and it can be a show currently on the air or a show no longer on the air, just overall favorite TV show.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, I'm a Netflix guy, so like at night, I watch all these Marvel, I'm a Marvel guy too, but I watch all these little Marvel sitcoms. I just got done with Gotham. I'm waiting on the next series to come out on there, next season, rather. But, yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Favorite band and or solo artist?
Man, honestly, I don't have one. I really listen to everything under the sun, though, man, from country to hip-hop to jazz to blues, just whatever mood I'm in that day. There's something for every flavor.
Celebrity crush?
Jessica Biel. If you're listening to this, email me back.
Celebrity people say you look like?
I don't know if I ever get that, man, to be honest with you.
Go-to song when you're singing in the shower?
Spotify. I don't know. I'm weird, man. I'm a weird guy, dude. I listen to whatever mood I'm in. So I could just be in a super motivated mood. I could be in a super chill mood. It just depends on that day, man. I don't have a specific.
If you could trade places with anyone in the world for a week, who would you trade places with and why?
Tony Stark. Because he's Iron Man and he's rich.
If you could stay one age forever, how old would you stay and why?
That's a great question, man. I'd probably go back to my younger years when, I didn't have to worry about bills. I didn't have to worry about working. I didn't have to worry about too much. I just played video games with my brother, hung out with my sister, hung out with my mom, my dad. Just everyone was kind of a unit. It's different when you grow up, man. You take those moments for granted, and you still hold on to those things, like every time you go home for Christmas or Thanksgiving, but it's never quite the same,
Favorite social media platform?
I can't say Facebook, man, because I get annoyed with half the stuff that's on Facebook, honestly. But I am definitely on Facebook a lot, so probably that, I guess.
Website you visit most often?
I don't know. I just search stuff fight-wise, man. So YouTube, cool videos, I don't know.
Piece of technology you can't live without?
Probably my iPad, to be honest with you. That's kind of my lifeline, That's got my Facebook, that's got my TV, that's got my Netflix, it's got it all.
If you weren't a pro fighter, what would your job be?
Man, that's a good question. Before I was a pro fighter, man, I thought I was going to make it as a musician. I was a drummer for a good while there growing up, but that didn't pan out for me. I'd probably just be working construction or something. I'm really not sure. Becoming a fighter was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I just feel like some people are born to do certain things, and I'm kind of like, I'm high energy. I can't really sit still a whole lot. I've got to be doing something. I like to challenge myself. I like to push myself, and I think that's probably just right up my alley. So I think probably something active, I guess. I don't know.
You've got a lot of tattoos. How many tattoos do you have, and what are the meanings behind some of these tattoos? Man,
look, I wish I would have had better friends when I was younger, man, or I would have listened to my parents. I've got a lot of stupid tattoos on me that I wish I didn't have. Let me see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12. I had 12 tattoos, and I like about 3 or 4 of them, you know, so guys, if y'all are listening out there and you're young, please just wait, make sure, listen to your parents.
What are the ones that you don't like, and can I take a guess? I'm thinking the ones that are down by your waist, those 2 guns. I'm thinking you regret that.
What are you trying to say, man? What of those are my favorite, bro?
I don't know. I'm taking a guess.
Yeah, that's the one I hate I like the least, you know. If I could just get those off. I'm working on that. So sponsorships, laser removal sponsorships. I'm looking. So help me out. But yeah, there's a couple on me I like, man. I like my chest piece. I like my arm, but my arm's kind of a cover-up. You know, I had some stupid stuff there I didn't like, but, you know, just sporadic things that you thought were cool in the moment growing up and that you were way too young to get, but you still got, even though your parents told you not to and you tried to hide them from them.
What does it say on your chest?
It says, "Blessed be the Lord my strength, who teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight."
And then what does it say on your right bicep?
Oh, man, I know a buddy of mine who's going to be laughing at this right now. It says, "Try over you," and it's it's just a type of martial art that I started studying under somebody when I was younger, man. Tried to kind of pay homage, but yeah.
What's your pet peeve?
Man, I've got a list of them. I can't stand people who text while they drive, or talk on their phone, or don't use turn-in signals. That's probably my biggest one, to be honest with you. But I've got a list, man. I could go on and on and on. But if I got to name one, that's the one, man. I can't stand it because actually, out here in Arizona, man, there are really, really terrible drivers. And, man, I've almost gotten hit almost every single day I'm on the streets out here. I think it's people looking down at their text or their phone texting, and then they have the audacity to get mad at you because they almost hit you. So that's probably one thing.
If you could go on a $1 million shopping spree at any store, what store would you go on that $1 million shopping spree at?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably IKEA. I'm a house guy, man. I spend a lot of time at my house, you know. A lot of people got it backwards, man. They want to go out. They want to go do stuff. They want to pay for this, pay for that at clubs and all this other stuff. See, I look at it like I pay for my place, right? That's where I'm going to spend the most time. Mm-hmm. So, you know, why not hook it up, you know?
Person you look up to the most?
Oh, man. People I look up to the most, man. My parents, obviously, you know, I wouldn't be anywhere. I wouldn't even be close to anywhere I'm at today without them. You know, they're the only reason that I continue to pursue, you know, my dreams and to stay steadfast towards my goals and stuff. But, you know, I've got a group of people out here in Arizona that's helping mold me and just believing in me and keeping pushing me in the direction that, you know, my parents started to do when I was younger. So, you know, I'm just fortunate to have a lot of people in my life right now. August Schmidt, Matt Colby, Matt McGuire, Santino DeFranco, the guys over at Siege, just everyone that believes in me, man. But definitely it comes from my parents, man, because I would not be doing this right now today if it wasn't for them.
What would you rather be? Would you rather be the best fighter in the world, or would you rather be the highest paid fighter in the world? What means more to you, glory or wealth?
Well, you know, so that's kind of a funny thing. You know, every fight for me is just specifically for me. You know, this title is for me. You know, what comes with it is all great, you know, but these are milestones in life that you know, either you get it or you don't get it, you know. That's the reason that I do all of this, to be honest with you. But in this world, we need money. We need income. Or, you know, I mean, for survival, you know, for anything. You know, not having to worry about that. And, you know, being able to take care of my family, being able to take care of the ones around me, you know, being able to travel the world and do those things. Obviously, you know, money that rules everybody. I mean, if anyone wants to say different than that, you know, I challenge them to a debate on that.
Some people are afraid of spiders, some people are afraid of heights, some people are afraid of the dark. What are you afraid of?
Man, the unknown. Like, for the longest time, like, I wouldn't get in, like, I would go to the ocean, I would go to the beach. I love the beach so much, man, but, like, I would only go up to, like, my waist, maybe my chest deep, because, like, I'm terrified. Like, I don't really know what's in there, you know? And I'm terrified of that. I'm terrified of sharks. I guess, marine biology type stuff, I guess. I don't know. Like, creepy stuff to think about, you know? There's a lot of water on this planet, and it goes deep.
Best advice you ever given through life, and best advice you ever given through fighting, and who gave it to you?
My dad gives a lot of really good advice, you know. Just something really basic and really simple, you know. He just told me, don't settle. Never settle, you know. It really doesn't matter what other people think about you, or, you know, you're the only one that's in control of your happiness in life. So you got to be honest to yourself, man, and you got to chase that. Forever you have to chase that. You know, don't get stuck doing something that you hate to do. You know, don't get stuck in a cycle of repetitiveness either, you know. Like, that's kind of what he means about don't settle, you know. Always look for happiness, you know, and always chase that. That's the pursuit. So, you know, like I said, I go back to my parents a lot on this, man, because they literally are my crutch, man. They are the reason that I am where I'm at, and, you know, if it wasn't for them and the life advice, you know, I wouldn't be fighting for this title July 1st, so.
What do you worry about? What's something that keeps you up at night?
These bills. Gosh, darn. Keeping these lights on, man. Keeping this food in my stomach. And keeping the food in the stomach of my dog.
What's the best thing that ever happened to you?
Man, wow. See, that's $1 million question right there. I don't know how to answer that, man. I really don't. The people around me. The best thing that's ever happened to me is the people that are in my life currently right now, and the people that have weeded themselves out from my life right now. You know, the people that ride with me, no matter what happens in my life, you know, that support me and hold me up and want to see me succeed. That's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
What's the worst thing that ever happened to you?
Oh, man. Some of these tattoos. I don't know, just getting in trouble and making bad decisions growing up. But I guess that, you know, that's a catch-22 because of those decisions and because of those mistakes that I made. They've helped mold me into who I am today. So,
let's say you found a magic lamp and you rubbed that magic lamp and a genie appeared and the genie said he was going to grant you 3 wishes. What would those 3 wishes be?
For me and my family to never have to worry about anything again, and travel the world, and the third one would be to set the genie free, just like in Aladdin.
What's your hidden talent?
I'm pretty athletic, man. I've got rhythm, and I'm pretty athletic. A lot of people don't realize that rhythm. I can dance. I play drums pretty well. Can keep a good beat. Anything sports in that category, I can kind of pick up and run with it. Yeah, I've got a weird way of thinking, so I'm a critical problem solver at times.
Number 1 thing on your bucket list?
Travel the world, man. Before I get old, before I have kids, and before I settle down with my life, you know, I would like to see where I want to settle down, what part of the world I'd like to do that in, you know. There's a lot of it out there, you know, and you know, growing up, you know, I thought I was going to be this, I thought I was going to be that. You know, I'm 29 years old now, and, you know, I just left the country for the first time. It's just amazing to me, man, because there's so many different types of people out there in the world. There's so much to see. There's so many different ways of life, and I just like that. I don't know, I like the idea of experiencing those differences and you know, just traveling and seeing what the world has to offer. So that's definitely on my bucket list.
If you could change one thing about the world, what would you change and why?
Man, okay, so my thing is there's so much hate in this world, and that's another reason that I want to travel so much, because when I traveled, you know, before I traveled, I was kind of, you know, I was a little jaded, man, to be honest with you, you know. you're fed lies too by the media. You know, the news tells you this. Other people have their opinions, and just in my opinion, man, this world's too sissified. I'm probably going to catch a lot of slack for that, but that's just what I think. You know, it's not the same anymore. We're worried about so many other things that don't matter, that's irrelevant. You know, and everyone's hating everybody for skin color and for this and for religion and who you're voting for. You know, it's just there's so much more going on in the world than all that stupid shit. You know, so. I would definitely change that, man. I would change people's perspectives on life. I would try to persuade opinions on spreading a little bit more happiness and joy and love than fucking, or excuse my language, I'm sorry, than all this negative stuff, man. You know, one negative little thought, one negative little seed, dude, that deteriorates every positive milestone that you try to accomplish, you know. So, you know, I tell why I say that people around me are the biggest positive thing that I got is because I chose that. You know, I've weeded out a lot of negative people in my life. You know, a lot of people that try to ride me and milk me and use me and, you know, and just deteriorate my life and my views on life, you know. So I encourage everybody to do the same thing. And, you know, that's what I would change the most, man, because it definitely changes your life all the way around, you know. It's opened up my mind, it's opened up my perspective, it's opened up my belief in myself, and it's opened up my love for other people, you know, and compassion for other people's situations.
Last question, Tony. Let's say you are on death row and about to be executed. What would your last meal be? And I need an entree, a dessert, and a beverage. What would your last meal be?
Oh, man. All right, so can I get an appetizer, too?
Sure. Anything you want.
All right, appetizer, chips and salsa, entree, oh, man, Spinato's Pizza out here in Tempe, Arizona. Shout out Spinato's. And I like homemade chocolate chip cookies. Like I'm just a sucker for that. It's one of my things. So I would do some homemade chocolate chip cookies. And I'm like a weirdo for soda water, like just like sparkling water. I like that. I don't know why. I just do. It's my thing. So I would wash it down with the sparkling water.
Tony, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank, and is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Yeah, so I'm going to get in trouble on this one if I leave anybody out, man. But, you know, there's a lot of people behind the scenes, you know, just individuals, you know who you are. Sponsorships, Matt Colby, you know, August over at East Valley CrossFit, you know, Team Siege MMA and Santino DeFranco, Matt McGuire, Apollo's Gym, Cryo Solutions USA, just everybody who believes in me. Just thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I couldn't do these things without y'all's help, without the support of you guys. You know, I know it seems like at times, you know, it's all me doing things. I know to people that don't, you know, get to see what's going on behind the scenes. You know, there's a lot of moving parts, man. It's not just me. You know, it's a whole team of people. It's a team of friends. It's a team of people, you know, doing things, helping you, training partners, recovery. So thank all of you guys for being there for me. And I look forward to going and getting this title July 1st and representing, man. Thank you guys.
Tony, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck July 1st at Legacy FC 57 against Kevin Aguilar.
Mike, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate the time, and thank you for having me on.